So I am KB with the Nerdophiles. How are
Hi,
you, though?
hey, how
I
are
know, I
you?
was about to say,
Nerdophiles. That's a funny
hey
name.
friend, how are
Nerdophiles.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Okay, let me dive in. What a remarkable series. It was truly heartwarming in so many ways. So my first question is for both of you, but I will start with you, Shoshana, to answer first. How did you guys go about finding the subjects on the show that didn't have a direct connection to P-Valley or your DMs, Nico? Um,
Yeah.
like Sharonda in episode 2, or the diamonds from episode 1, or even the hoodoo expert who didn't want herself to be revealed. So I'll start with you, Shoshana.
We always start with an amazing team of people, amazing team of producers and directors. And then I am a journalist at heart. I tend to hire other folks who have that kind of background, not everybody, but they really know how to dig and how to look for folks. All credit due to the producers who really identified a lot of these people, did the pre-interviews, figured out if it would be the right match. So it just takes a lot of digging and a lot of hard work. And the other thing that happens, so for example, the hoodoo practitioner who does not appear on camera, those are kind of like layered into the experience. You kind of get, it's like, Taliba Safia, who is an artist, a musician that we feature. Her mother happens to be in the community of, knows hoodoo practitioners. So, talking to Taliba, and then I'm talking about like, we want to do this, but we're trying to figure out how we access. She's like, oh, you got to talk to my mom. Then we talk to her mom. She's like, oh, you need to talk to so and so. And, with the person that, has to be unnamed because she didn't want to appear on camera. It took a lot of convincing for her to ultimately come and do it. And the whole scene of when she came, we're like, can we do it at your house? Oh, no, child. No, no, no. Nobody comes in here. Like, well, where can we do it? Like out in the woods. And then when she was late, so everyone's like, is she coming? Like, is she coming? I'm like, oh, no, she's going to come. Here she comes with her big bag of stuff with a machete sticking out of it. And then, oh, I'm not going to be on camera, right? You're like, oh, wait, it's television. Okay, no, no, no. We can make that happen. Um, it's a combination of amazing work from the producers and also just like one thing leads to the next when you're sourcing and when you're talking and you're putting it out there and it just sort of falls in place.
And Kay, one of the things that really kind of happened was that people met with people rose to the occasion and met intention with with intention. One of the things that she did say, the hoodoo practitioner, she said that I want people to know that this is ours. This is our community. This is where we come from. And that it can be yours. It's a way that you can cope, that you can deal with things that are happening in life. And it's within us. So, like, to hear that, for people to be able to digest that, hopefully to erase some stigma that may be attached to different things, whether it's sex work or whether it's African spirituality. You know what I mean? Is it any different from when you are going around with your incense stick? Is it any different from when you are throwing salt over your shoulder from sweeping your foot by mistake? You know,
I
so
mean,
I
we do it
felt
anyway. We're in ritual practice anyway. Even the corner, the corner memorials, pouring one out for the homies. Like those
mm-hmm.
are all actually based in African ritual. It's just that they've emerged into this sort of like modern way of doing things, but it all has a similar foundation.
Yeah, I was just going to say, even the things that we get from our grandparents, we don't realize
Hmm.
have
Mm-hmm.
been part of that
Hmm.
for us specifically. But, for you, Nico, do you still talk to any of the subjects involved? Because you seem to build a real camaraderie with everyone. But I know how you are. You really have such an open soul. And so that really comes across in this, but particularly the Smith family, because I really felt like y'all left as cousins truly.
Okay.
It's
And then,
true.
oh, right, like I said, oh, I think that y'all might be cousins for real. And then
Okay.
the hoodoo,
Okay.
the hoodoo expert did kind of help you with a little bit of manifestation. So maybe you still talk to her as well.
You better go ahead and be a journalist and get into all the good things. Yes, I do still speak to most of them. Different means. Some we communicate on TikTok, some we communicate on IG. So I'll be like, I ain't heard from you in a while because I've been on set. I'm over here filming season 3. Like, it can be tricky in that regard, but we do still communicate. It was really just it was a breath of fresh air to just show up and be, I want to say real, but I'm just going to leave it at just be, there were things that my Detroit K9 senses was like, uh-oh, wait, keep the head on swivel. Where we at? We over here. We ready? You know. And then there was other times of like I'm experiencing things for the first time. I had never really actually driven an ATV. I drove many a car. I drove many cars. So I was just like, oh, bet I got it. Let's go. So it was just, but I also have fun. I wanted to have fun with this series as well as the heart of it all. I figure, if I'm going to show up, make it real. Make it real. I don't have time. This was not a scripted show. This is a non-scripted docuseries, right? So this is the real. There is no reality TV. This is documenting what really happens in the real lives of the people of the South. So I was just happy about that.
And he has such a generosity of presence. That's one thing I have to say about our Nicco. He's he's so generous with his presence. He's so accessible in a way that, I've been working in this business, over 20 years now, and not everyone is as accessible. The sort of more you rise in the public eye, the more kind of barriers, whether they're put up or whatever, for whatever reason. And Nicco's just very accessible, and people feel that. So
it's true. And I think I told you this before, Nicco, maybe the last time I saw you, I said, but your heart is so pure. And whenever your heart is pure, there's nothing that you can't do. And I think that's also why it just shines in this. So for sure.
Thank you.
Yes. But for you, Shoshana, I have to ask because, Nicco mentioned how Uncle Bill really offered confidence and support in his life. And of course, we saw how Mama G's unconditional love and support really uplifted Marley in the series. So for you, who is someone in your life that's really stepped in one of your hardest times to help uplift you?
Ooh, that's a good question. I have so much beautiful support in my community. And I have a band of sisters who love me unconditionally. I have I'm blessed with a really open, warm, and loving family. I would say my brother, in this moment, as a matter of fact, Nicco and I shared this. It's just a personal thing that his father made his journey home during this. And my mother is upstairs right now. I'm very close to making her journey home. And I have my brother here who, without his siblinghood, I don't know how I would really get through this moment, and then even being in community with someone like Nicco, I have to say, like, has helped me so much and has showed up for me in a way that's beyond just being colleagues. It's really, thank you so much, Nicco. You're the best. So.
Oh, I love that.
You're welcome.
Sending you love to you and your brother for sure. I know
Thank
this
you.
journey is
Thank
never,
you.
never easy.
Yes.
And so my last question is just for both of you, how do you hope this body of work will humanize these particular people and their purpose-filled lives while opening up discussions in our community just around, like Nicco said, sex work and Black spirituality? And I can start with you first, Nicco.
I want people to know that we got it. That we are here. We are more than okay. We are fantastic and fabulous. And it's not just buying the labels or wearing certain things or acquiring physical things that make us that make us shine. You know, it's funny. I'm looking at the imagery of the picture behind you of the key art, and I'm seeing like it looks like heaven. But I'm just happy to have the opportunity to be able to like for real shine the light that I see in us as a people. I think a lot of people have a narrow view or don't even know what to expect from meeting me, the man, Nicco Annan. So I'm happy to be able to have an opportunity to be in front of you and come into your home and give you the real deal of who I am, but also shine a little bit of light on who we are.
Yeah, and I just hope that the people that so generously offered us their stories know that they matter, that they're
Yes.
loved, that they have agency in their lives, and that by offering us their stories to reflect back to our community, Black community, and the communities beyond, that they're giving us a gift of allowing us, the audience, to see the dimensions of who we are, and it's really a gift that they've offered. So I hope that they can see themselves in that way, and the beauty that they've offered us, and that the audience will be able to reflect back and say like, oh, we are all human, we all do want the same things, we all want unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
I love that so much.
Agreed.
Well, thank you both so much for taking the time to chat with Nerdophiles. Listen, they're gonna kick me out because they're like, "Now, ma'am, you're way over your time."
Bye.
So, but Nico, I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
text you to see if I see you next week.
Okay. Okay.
Bye. Thank
Bye, y'all.
you.
Have a
Bye
good day.
bye.
Thank
You
you.
too.